Time to go qualifying one final time in 2025 in the FIA Formula 2 Championship. Welcome everyone to the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. We're getting ready to set the grids.
It is 35 degrees of track temperature, relatively hot as we sit around 3 o'clock local time, and the field head out of the pit lane. Different conditions slightly from earlier on. The wind has picked up ever so slightly, which will lend a challenge to the drivers.
Leading us out of pit lane was the two high-tech TGR cars. They are 35 points behind Invicta Racing in the race for the team's championship. Campos 57 back. Those are the three teams that can win that title. We're tied for second in the Drivers' Championship between Crawford and Vachon. Luke Browning, who is on screen now, 8 points behind those two. And then Alex Dunn, 21 back. Those are fighting for the two remaining spots on the overall Drivers' Championship podium. Some F1 backing, no doubt, from elsewhere as well. Someone who's going to be competing next year, we know, is Sebastian Montoya.
Do gain in a straight line, and Montoya will be glad of the help, but that won't help much. The inside front locking up once more as he makes his way into 6 and 7.
And that is where we saw track limits earlier as well. Turn 1 was another part, and also the final corner as well, which gets both laps deleted. We continue on board with the Prima driver into turn 9.
15 is a lift and go, and then you arc the car into 16 and get hard in the power. Neat and tidy lap from Montoya. Will it be the ultimate fastest? Not sure, but that's the banker he needed.
Across the line he goes. Pole position from last year was a 1:35.7 from Victor Martins.
Back in Jeddah, and indeed in Baku for both feature races, and he'll be looking to try and find his way up to the top spot again. Slightly wide in turn 16. They've got to watch that final corner. Crawford hits the front.
Yeah, and Browning hits the back of the field. He was the first victim of track limits, turn 1. And got to keep it within the white line, has done so. Takes it up to the line, and that's good enough for P2.
Decent opening lap for Dirksen. He pushed again out of turn 16 then for the Prima driver, and it's P1.
Prima haven't had a end this season, nor have they won a race this season. Richard Vachon out of the final corner he comes. It's P6
for the Italian driver. Crawford going once more though.
Yep, Crawford out of the final corner, currently in second. Does not stay there though. He improves and goes to P1. Wants to end with a pole position, but here comes Fornaroli and Dirksen looking very quick.
Neat for Fornaroli through the mid corner of 16. Does it cost him time?
Over the line, it's P2 for Fornaroli. 400, their first ever pole position, and provisionally he will go there. What a lap for Joshua Dirksen all the way to the top. Victor Martins hasn't even got a time on the Martins, now is in the top 10. That's track limits coming in at turn 1 for Dunn. Turn 7 for Crawford, turn 7 for what's happened here. Browning, oh, do I go left, do I go right? I'll just stay here and get on the radio.
Oh, frustrating for Luke Browning. And I did rather expect that to be followed by the traditional
yes.
Radio message. That was Solov who was making his way into turn 9.
The list is going to be quite extensive by the end of this session, you feel?
And it is a problem for these drivers. It is your qualifying later.
Roman Stanek through the final corner. Comes the Invicta driver, will want to help the team to win the team's championship, and that's more like it. Up to P5, right, Crawford. P4, so far, so good.
He does not care at all, and will go back into the pit lane because he can't complete that lap on his run plan.
No, and I wonder if Fornaroli's on his way to doing the same thing.
Despite drivers not improving, because so often this super soft tyre will phoenix later on in the weekend, and they'll have to use it again. In any case, Fornaroli decides to push on and continue that lap, perhaps to put him on fuel for the end. The movement upward, shall we say, in terms of trajectory. You've got Sebastian Montoya continuing at Prima. You've got Oli Goethe continuing at MP Motorsport, with next year's lineup for Formula 2 drivers looking remarkably complete, even without the season concluded.
15 drivers now confirmed for next year. The only team yet to announce anyone is Trident, so we'll wait to see what happens there. They've going on at the back of Gabriele Kushmaini. In fact, that's Gabriele Mini, isn't it? is it? They're just waiting for him to leave, and off he goes.
I think they were just investigating when they wanted to go then.
Yes.
In comparison to having any kind of reliability issue. Just if they possibly can. Drivers, a group of drivers with something to prove. Was Arvid Lindblad slightly wide there through turn 1?
Yeah, it looked.
Your mic gesticulation in the commentary box, definitely. See if he keeps it as well when he crosses the line. They're okay as long as they've got a wheel on that curb, and it's P1 then for Arvid Lindblad. Let's see what Vashor's got.
Vashor over the line next. It's time out only to have a penalty after the session. This time he goes quickest once again. High-tech TGR out of the final corner. He goes, it's second. And he's dead level with Ollie Goethe only because Ollie Goethe came across the line first.
Offered in the middle sector, but this is a spectacular lap by the Colombian.
Here's the long wait for a pole position for Prema about to be over. Out of the final corner comes Sebastian Montoya over the line, and the Aramco pole position to Sebastian Montoya. In fact, that's had a time deleted. Jack Crawford over the line. He comes and he now goes to provisional pole. Wow.
A tiny margin for Crawford, 0 for a pole for AIX.
And Stanek's looking very quick in the background as well. Joshua Dirksen goes P6. What about Roman Stanek? He goes to pole position. Across the line first, currently in P6. Can he make his way further up the order? He heads over the line. No. What about Fornaroli in the background? He goes P5. So there is an improvement there, and Ollie Goethe is back into the top 10. It's P5 for the Red Bull Junior.
And for the high-tech driver through the final one, still manages to find P2. Good effort for Beganovic.
That was a really good effort from him. From Dino Beganovic, puts it onto the front row.
It's going to be a marginal one for Montoya if he manages to, and he doesn't.
Victor Martins next across the line, but what about Jack Crawford? He looks to be the one to watch, and with a pole position out of the final corner now. Jack Crawford over the line, no, just misses out. It's P2 for Jack Crawford. Still time to go, still improvements to be made. How about Alex Dunn out of the final corner? Up to the line goes the Irishman, not inside the top 10. Gabriele Mini is next, he's not inside the top 10. And Roman Stanek cannot beat his own time, but still remains in pole position.
In that last sector, still looks to be enough at the moment. Nobody obviously is going to be able to beat Roman Stanek. Alex Dunn put a lap in, but it wasn't nearly enough, and I'm not quite sure if anybody's going to have an answer here. Compton Hurton watching on in the series that he'll be taking on through next season. To 1, that's a decent amount. Fornaroli at the moment sits 6th on the timing screen. He's 3/10 away from what's been achieved by his teammate. Luke
has set a personal best first sector. We continue on board with Fornaroli now as he heads through turn 9, but still a little bit slower, but a top 3 definitely possible here.
Yeah, 10th away, Fornaroli needs a magic final sector, might be able to shuffle up just past Beganovic, mightn't he? That's what he's tracking for at the moment.
Just like they were at Hungary, he heads out the final corner now, up to the line, no, just misses out by 0.5. So it will be Roman Stanek on pole position. He takes the Aramco pole, just like he did back at Hungary, and Invicta Racing get off to the perfect start.
Pole position slot for the feature race, and that'll be a great opportunity for Stanek with his teammate in close proximity behind. In fact, those who battled for the championship in close proximity behind.
I will done with P1, mate. Right, incredible, huh? You build a rocket ship for me today. Not a car, a rocket ship.
The final qualifying session of the season for some of their Formula 2 careers, and this is how it lined up. Roman Stanek takes the Aramco pole position, his second of the season. Jack Crawford in second, Leo Fornaroli in third. It's Alex said, and all Campos Red Bull Junior row 1 for the sprint race tomorrow. Dunn, Vashor, Gabriele Mini, Miata, Bennett, Villa Gomez, Browning, Stenshorn, Van Hoopen and Miney. The next page of results, and then Kian Childs in 21st and Stanopol Intrapuvazak on his F2 debut.